So hello everyone and welcome back to FTRL for what is round 4 of season 16 of Division 2 of our F1 side. And as you can see at the moment we are at Baku, so the crazy, what is at the moment the fastest street circuit until Saudi Arabia circuit this year. Yeah, so this is the start of our double header of the street circuits. Baku this week, and then we're off to Monaco next week, which will be fun, I'm sure, for all the drivers. But yep, just getting on the way for qualifying for round 4. We'll go aboard with someone who's on an outlap at the moment. There we go, Brutus. And it's, as Lee has just pointed out, and she has, well, it's nice and sunny here at Baku. Div 2's had a bit of a run, it's fair to say, of some very damp, wet races. I think last week was all inters, if I remember correctly. Yeah, but there's been basically Nexus Cats has been disqualified. It's been a great start for Nexus Cats from blocking the pit lane. So I don't know if he's crashed. I don't know if he's managed to crash at the exit of the pit lane, doesn't he? But anyway, yeah, nice early incident there for us. Yeah, but back here we've got to deal with, obviously, castle section, tight and twisty, and then you've got some extremely high top speeds around here, and equalised amongst you will have noticed, once again, we have a full grid this evening, so all 20 drivers of Div 2 out and about for what is usually the most hectic Grand Prix of the year in this game in each season, and in real life it tends to be quite eventful, to say the least, as well. This long straight promotes some amount of overtaking around here. It's very straightforward to overtake around here with the DRS. You get some very high top speeds. We're going to watch Brutus take the first lap, is what we're going to watch here. Nicely does turn 1. Doesn't go too wide, and it's a lot of 90-degree corners in the first couple of sectors, so you've got a lot of left-handers, 90-degree lefts. Head down this straight towards another 90-degree left, which is turn 3. Before it tightens up a little bit, you get to your first right-hander. And it tightens up here. You get a little small straight here that leads into this chicane, and you need to really get on the inside as much as possible here. But what Brutus has just done, so you can get the best exit possible out round here. This is a really tricky section coming up now. You can exploit that curve a little bit, flat curve on the inside, and then they get a really slowed down round here. You go up this tight and twisty section up to the top of the castle. It's tight and twisty up here as well, and then put the throttle down out of that left-hander, and then this section has been the scene of a couple of scary moments. I think Pierre Gasly and Kvyat, oh no, it was Pierre Gasly and Brendan Hartley, I think it was, and they ended up nearly smashing into the back of his teammate's car when he had a puncture. So they can have some moments there, that's for sure. It's really fast. If you come up against a car that's going really slow, it's had an incident or something, yeah, you can't really see them until the last second, so definitely a tricky point. Obviously the scene of the famous Grosjean incident though. I think Ericsson hit us, definitely wasn't. 38.9 for Max Def, and 5 thousandths behind is Brutus on 59.001. Def Chip then beats Max Def by under half a tenth, just over half a tenth, sorry, and McLaren. Yes, let's watch Matt Man, he's coming through the castle section and now. It's good, obviously, it's important to take as much speed as possible around here, but obviously don't want to take that a little bit too much speed or you'll end up doing a Leclerc and ending up in that castle wall. It's really quite a difficult section of corners, but yeah, it's really important to take as much as speed as possible around there. That's a tricky corner as well, that left-hander. And you watch you don't hit the wall, which is very common. Comes out of sector 2, and then basically you don't do much else here. All I'll do is turn the wheel a little bit. Around here, flat out all the way to the line. DRS will be opening shortly. It's a decent way through when DRS activates. Comes down towards the line and he's going to set a 40.4. Dan Morris is on the medium tyre, interestingly, so is Kieran and Ron. A few of them going for that. Guy. Ooh, what's that? Oh, I think that's that. Interesting. Or a Rhino. Parked sideways. That's interesting. So if that's that glitch, sometimes there's a car sideways. Sometimes you can see it at random points, which is a bit of a glitch, but I'm not sure if that was, if that actually was wrong and did make that mistake. I'm not entirely sure. Anyway, let's watch Guy. I was about to say Guy has had a couple of moments around here at Saints 50. I think the last league race I think it was the last league race I'd done around here. Guy went on pole. Guy got pole, which is, I think it was his first ever pole position. I invalidated my lap and started at the back, and Guy into turn 1, got a good start in turn 1, smashed into the wall and lost wing and dropped all the way down to the back, and I came from last to first. It was that nuts. There was so much carnage. That was the last race I did in round back here, I think. So Guy, it's probably one of the best memories around here. No, I think some of you have all seen the reaction video that I think it was Aaron O'Connor posted. They were on the party watching it. It was very, very fun indeed for them. Katamis goes on provisional pole, not by much. They're all quite close at the top. Who else is on the lap? Leeko. Should we watch Leeko? Go coming up to castle section. Up it goes. A little bit wide at the top, which is, yeah, that's not the best line from Lee. I definitely would have liked a little bit more turn in there. A little wide. And that hampered him around the exit of the next corner. So I definitely don't think it'll be particularly good lap this by Lee. We'll see anyway. And for turn P5 as well. He's been doing quite well this season. Alright. So far at least. There we go with Lee. It doesn't look the best lap here at all. It's in the 41s. It's P13, so he moves up a little bit. Alex Pixie is on the lap. Where is he? Just at the end of the start sector 2, sorry. Castle section he goes, and how much speed he takes through here. Not most, but alright. Once again, it does similar to Lee and misses that kind of right hander at the top of that castle section there. That's a really important corner, because if you get that wrong, go a bit wide, it does hamper your exit all the way through, and then your speed all the way down those kind of curves. So yeah, that really is an important corner, and probably quite a few people are getting it wrong here at the moment. It's 17, 18 actually now watching, so maybe don't mind giving the thumbs up a little click. That was a lot, please. And DRS opens. Comes towards the line. We got about a 40 something. Oh, it's just under that. It's 39.9. There was a lot of time. It was a bit of time in that middle sector as well for him, so move up a little bit further. Dan Morris, what is he on now? He's on the softs now. So his first lap was on the mediums. He's now on the softs. So he's maybe not. He's quite a lot of time. He's not the fastest qualifier, Dan, but he does do very, very well. He's the fastest race pace by, I think, a fair chunk. But Oscar does seem to have kind of the upper hand usually in quali. But he's had an absolute monster first sector. A full 6 up in his previous time, and it was on the mediums. So just similar improvements in that in the next sector, then he's going to be most certainly on provisional pole. Yeah, decent through there. So that's out. All the way down. How now? All the way. So that's a really tricky left-hander. Oh, back end. Tried to get out there. He caught it just about. There's a decent last corner here. You never know. It's going to be close, but I think it's going to be just short. Now, it might have cost him, but it depends what his last lap was like out the last corner. Or the last real corner, I should say. be close though. I think it might just be behind the front couple. It's just behind Katami's into P2 he goes. Good lap. Max is not on a lap. Brutus is on a lap. Locks up a little bit, but gets up through the corner nicely. And he sets a very respectable Sector 2 time. Now this is on for pole position, provisional pole, I should say. That's a very good Sector 2 for Brutus, purple, by quite a stretch. And this could put maybe in the 38.6 range, maybe even a 38.5. That's a very good lap, 38.610, so that's a good lap there from Brutus up into pole position. I'm not sure if he's had a pole position, but that's a very, very nice time there from him. Sets down a bit of a marker for the rest of Emma. Oscar. Casey Bernard is on a lap and was up quite a bit in the first sector, I think. No, he's not. He's down actually. Was a glitch probably from his previous lap. Matman is out on the mediums. He set his last time on the softs. So why he's out on the mediums now? I'm not too sure. Just have 5 minutes left, so a few more laps. People could get in if they want to. It's quite a long lap, mind you, so the longest. Maybe it is. No, it's not the longest track actually. I don't think. I think Spa's the longest. It's one of the longest anyway. Oh god, there's another one. Goy. Max's time as well. Looks like he's retired. Max's time looks like he's retired. Goy's been disqualified. As I actually said, Goy doesn't have the best of times around here. He's certainly not qualifying on pole this time though. He's right at it's a little bit wide, but Matman kind of got away with it when he's down for a bit of time. That's unfortunate timing for Kisper. Looks like I'm hitting the pit lane. Test chip. I think he's down on his time slightly. Doesn't need much to move up, mind you. 10th will see him up to P2. We'll see how his middle sector was. Not great, is he, on his Panzer? Everyone's on the pit, really. A few. What's happening with Lee? He is down considerably on his... up considerably on his time, I should say. Not down. Much better through there from Lee this lap. Better exit. Hopefully this will be a decent improvement. You might even be able to squeak into the 39s. That'd be much better from Lee. Definitely a much better lap so far from Lee. That's a solid 9/10 improvement. That's definitely moving on up to 13th, I think, at the moment. I don't think he's going to move up any further than that with this lap. It's just straights now. Unless he's got a very, very quick straight line set up, which I doubt. There we go, just ahead of Matman. Got a better lap that one probably. Le Fud is on the straight in sector 1. On the soft tyres. They're on getting prepared for their last lap, line lap before the race, to see if we can get any last little bit of improvement. Academy is on the lap, and I'm sure he'll be trying his hardest to get pole position. A little bit down on his time, but only a tiny amount. It's very congested behind Brutus. P2 to P6, very, very tight. It's just over 10 separating them. Quickest for the car section there. Let's go a little bit more speed, but he's got a nice exit. So we'll see if he can make any improvement in this sector. He's a tiny bit down on this first sector, so he does need a good 3.5 times still to get involved in that cluster. It has improved on his second sector, but it's not enough to get him in the mix for the fuller positions. But it will cement P7. I would expect. Katamies has obviously not done a very good last lap and he's decided to bail out. And actually Katamies will not be on pole. He does improve by just over 10. Dan Morris. Can he steal pole position from Brutus's fingertips? Now, Brutus is on an outlap. There's that spawn. Oh, it's not, that is a spawn car. No, I think that's actually Casey Bernard. It might be an Oscar actually. Dan Morris, middle sector. Very nice speed round there. Gets it turned in nicely as well. Really good turn in there. I think this is a very solid lap looking from Dan Morris. This might be about to steal pole position. F-Chip is also just on his lap as well. So he's going right at the end, similar to Brutus, who has just started his lap. Dan Morris sector 2 time. It's up. He's on for pole position at the moment. But you never know, Brutus might be able to respond, but at the moment this is looking like a very solid lap here. He's not going to get any slipstream. That could be the deciding factor around here. When anyone gets slipstream on that final stretch, well, that will really give you a lot of lap time. And there we go. On provisional pole, Brutus is up on his time by 1.5 tenths. Now that is enough to get him pole position. Is whether we don't know if he got slipstream in that last lap down that straight. He's done very nicely through there. As Brutus, he's got a car in front of him. But whether he can get a little bit of slip off that, it's an Alpha, I think, which means he's either AJ or Bossman. He just needs it very solid round there. Using all of the track on the exit. It's a good. Oh, it's not a good middle sector in fairness. He's lost a little bit of time, but he's going to get this slip down this straight. Now he is within range now, and he is going to get a bit of slip, I think, here off of that car head. How much is this going to play into Brutus's hands? How much is he going to gain from this? He's gained. Oh, it's so tight. He has gained, but he's not gained enough. It's just shy. Def Chip is purple through the first 2 sectors. Can Def Chip nick pole position at the end? Also, Aaron Trucker pops himself up to P3. This is going to be close. And Def Chip, as he accelerates down the start-finish straight, it's going to be tight. His pole position from Def Chip. He takes it right at the end. It's his first pole position, and I think that is it over. But Def Chip steals it at the death and goes into pole position from Dan Morris in P2 and Brutus in P3. Very, very good qualifying from all of those guys. Who was that at the end there? Someone popped in a lap there. Was that Casey Bernard, I think? Look how tight it is. That was very, very tight by quite a lot of them. Katamies, I think, had a lot more lap time in there. That was his first lap that he did. So, definitely time. And I think Katamies' lap, he might be a little bit out of position. Definitely a very good qualifying session from a few of them. There we go, a very tasty qualifying session, yep. And back out. It's quite tight up at the top. It's a track quite a lot of people really do enjoy. One of my favourite tracks to drive around. So it is one that can throw up a little bit of differences in the pecking order, because some people really do enjoy this track and others not so much. But you're very tight up the top, 10 separating the first 3, and it's quite tight behind that as well, between P4 to P8. There were 2 temps separating them, so it's very tight. Top 12 covered by a second. The top, and we'll get 2. Goy got disqualified for parking at a dangerous location. This is Cat's got disqualified pretty much instantly for blocking the pit lane. So I'm not sure if he's managed to spin out of the pit lane, which is quite unlucky, to say the least. At least he's not done a Grosjean. Right, well, I'm fully expecting it to be dry from Lee's little sunshine emoji thing in the chat. I'm fully expecting it to be dry, which makes a change from recent weeks, that's for sure. It's been very, very wet. I've got 23 people watching now, so get those likes coming in. I think we're up to 7. 23 people watching, come on. You should do better than 7 people, come on. Well, there should be safety cars around here, but I don't actually think there was one last night. Even though I think there probably should have been. But I would be surprised if there wasn't a safety car this evening. It's very unusual for them not to be around here, just with the nature of the track and the tightness of that middle sector. Oh, we've got a formation lap. So it's usually a one-stop around here. Let's see what happens. Well, there we go. So, Def Chip is going to be on pole position, and he's got Dan Morris for company on the front of the grid. Brutus with a very good qualifying in P3. Aaron Trucker, who's having a very good season as well. Katamy's P5, he's very quick off the start, so keep an eye out for him. We've got the 2 racing points in P6 and P7. Oscar may be a little bit out of position as well. He's usually a little bit higher than tickling quad. Max Death P8 and Rom, so the 2 Belgians 8th and 9th. Boss Man P10, the quad is P11. What is happening? What's happening with tyres? Oh, there we go. The FUD is on hard tyres, interestingly. The Maxi Sign's on mediums, and then Kieran's on mediums, Alex Pixie and Mattman's on mediums. Lee's going aggressive and starting on the softs. Agent Panda, AG and Nexus Cats on the hards as well. Goy on the mediums. Quite a few hard runners, 4 hard runners, and there's 5 mediums. Difference in the strategy, that's more than maybe you would expect on the hard show. I think they're going for, maybe their thing is they're probably going to be a safety car, and they might as well get them out of the way. The hard tyres, obviously, hard tyres go along me, but they've not got as good a grip level as the mediums and the softs. And particularly around this middle sector, it's really quite beneficial. There's a lot of traction zones right here out of the 90-degree corners and things like that, so yeah, that's probably a reason why there's such a big difference in the tyres around here. Obviously that last sector, there's no difference whatsoever, just out the last corner mainly. It's one of those sectors doesn't make any real difference what tyres are on, but yeah, definitely the first 2 sectors, particularly that middle sector, it's very difficult on the hard tyres. Take a little time to warm up usually as well, hard tyres. As you'll find that your first lap or 2 on the hard tyres won't actually be as good as the following few. The grip in it takes a little bit longer to heat up, get up to temperature. But let's see what happens here. Turn 1 can be quite instant packed here with the wall on the outside that tightens up as you go around it, so it is one that can throw up some pretty crazy starts around here. As can be, people remember back to the first race back here in F2, it was absolutely nuts. It's definitely one of the most exciting races of the calendar every year at Baku. Let's see how everyone gets on at the start here. That's everyone lined up. It should be. There we go. So let the chaos commence at Baku. for round 4 of season 16. And lights are out and we're away. Def Chip leads us off on pole position. And we've got, looks like I got a decent start round the outside. Gets nicely turned in as well. We've got the Renault and Brutus fighting with Katamis. Katamis seems to have got the jump up to P3. So it's a very good start from him. And Aaron Trucker's down to P5. There's a couple of people in the background. Virtual safety car already. Who is in the background? What's happened there? That's the virtual safety car very, very early on. There's people are going to have to try and get in position. Also the game will give you a penalty if you're not. What is going on there? Kieran in collision with Maxi Sign. I have no idea what's happened there. Just basically keeping an eye on what's happening out front. There's been some sort of collision in the background. There's a virtual safety car already on lap 1. And then we go green now. So Def Chip leads from Dan Morris. Katami is a great start yet again up to P3. Brutus is in P4. We get Aaron, who's had a bit of a shocking start, down 2 places, down to P5. Casey Bernard's stayed in the same in 6th. Max Def is in P7. And we've got Ron P8, Bossman's P9, Oscar's down 3. Someone you would maybe expect to move up this. He's lost a bit of wing, I can see as well. One of the end plates seems to be off. So it's not what you want around here, especially around these fast corners near the end of the lap. You have to lift off a little bit. Kieran's in P11. Lee calls up to P12. A great start from Lee. There's another yellow flag. Max's sign's gone. What has happened to him? But he's away out of this race already. That's very early on for him. He's already out. Now, let's see what's happening with Dan Morris out front. Is he going to try and go for the lead? Bit of a gap back to Katamis already. Obviously DRS not activated as of yet. It's now activated now, so there we go. We'll see what happens here. Dan Morris is gonna get DRS, though he's not using it. Interestingly, deciding to stick out. Is that Max? In P5, the timing boulders messed up again on the left. As usually happens. Lafud is in the pits, is that? Yes, he is. So he's had some sort of wing damage as well. So he's having a wing replacement. Next is Katz and Alex Pixie are as well. Hopefully the time board will rejig itself and I will have some more I'll actually tell you, because at the moment I'm just doing it through looking. Feeling upset pain in the arse as usual. Right, so what's happening down with Goy? Let's see. He likes it round here. And a difficult call, like getting disqualified. He's down P14. Oh god, safety car. Who's that? What the blood is that Lee Cole? No, it's not. Oh god, Lee Cole's Lee Cole's getting no wing. Oh god, for God's sake, wait. That's a safety car. Had a virtual safety car and a safety car after 2 laps, so well done. This is well, as I did say, there's always chaos around here. This is going to bunch up the grid, which might not be a bad thing, to be perfectly honest. There's quite a few people that are fairly detached already. Dan Morris and Katamis in the pits. Well, there we go. So there's an awful lot of them, to be honest. They're obviously, soft tyres don't last an awful long time around here. I think the mediums and the hards are tyres around here, but that's an awful lot. And the Def Chip staying out, it's an interesting variation there. And this is basically giving quite a bit of an advantage to the guys that started on the mediums. So you see Mapman's up to P7, Goy's up to P8. Agent Panda's in P9, AJ's in P10, oh he's picked up a penalty already. Casey Berard's 11th, Rom's 12th. So you like Casey Berard and Rom have come out behind those 4 ahead of them that have started already on the tyres that most of them are just pity to put on. So it's kind of neutralised this race in terms of what tyres you started on a bit. Lee's petty obviously after his wing damage. We've got bloody 30 people watching. I don't think we've ever had 30 people watching an FTRL Cube. I think this might actually be a record. I do not remember ever having 30 people watching the stream. Unless it was the wheel. The wheel, I think, had... We're up to 31. We're setting records, people. We're setting records. Yeah, I think 30 actually watches the wheel when that was on. Which is always a very popular stream, that must be said. But if there was ever a stream to watch, it's probably Baku or Monaco because it's a chaos. Yeah, I have noticed there's a lot of Daft Chip fans. Good evening, Cowboy. I'm up to 32 now. Okay. Dan Morris, first man that has pitted. Chip deciding to stay out now. Will that come back to haunt him? Depends if there's another safety car. Yeah, I know. Don't even go there with Codemasters, man. Honestly, blood. The amount of glitches in the spectator thing. There's even glitches sometimes that like. It's just stupid. The order on the left is absolutely atrocious. It's really bad. It glitches constantly at the start, and it's pretty much you're doing it by looking by memory. It's just awful. I mean, unbelievable how many glitches are in a game that's pretty much stayed mostly the same for the last 5 or 6 years. It's pretty impressive. But anyway, let's get away from that. What's happening? Aaron Trucker, he's looking for cards now. Bossman and Kieran did that as well. Kieran, I think, got involved in the incident in the start. He's lost wing. Is he not just committed? He's not just petty. Has he not changed his wing, or has he lost? Has he lost wing? Can't see it properly. We should see it now. No, he's not lost wing actually. It looked just from the camera angle at one point that he had lost wing. I was wondering what there. Wonder if he's bent it during safety car. Another Grosjean. Shut up, Picani. Go away. Leave me alone. There we go. We're going through the cast section. Should be the last lap of the safety car. Should be in this lap. Let's see what happens at the restart. And here, how long will we last before the next virtual or proper safety car? My guess, probably a lap. Don't think it will last very long. There you go. And then let's go. Safety car in. Then Chip will back up the pack. Oh god, there's another one. Brutus has picked the bus. Brutus and Catamies have had a collision already under the safety car. It's one of those things that happens extremely often under the safety car. And so there we go, 5 seconds time penalty there. That's not going to help. Def Chip went, yeah, I think he has that. Oh, that's not. Oh my god, bloody hell. I must say, that's probably not the smartest or best restart I've ever seen. He's accelerated and then decelerated, which has caused the pack to nearly all crash into each other. Dan Morris trying to fight with Max. Catamies is trying to poke himself around the outside. And I think Catamies has got that there. Terrible camera angle. So there we go. I'll go back so I can see it. There we go. Dan Morris behind the Catamies. It's just... oh my god. Oh my god. Well, Catamies has just killed Max. Officially just killed Max. Man's up into P3. Man's up into P3. Man got a podium last week. And we've got Dan Morris who's now down to P4 after that incident with Max. Aaron's in P5. God, he's up to P6. There we go. There's AJ down the inside of Agent Panda. A corner you wouldn't necessarily go down the inside that. Oh, I was right. I was right. Safety car. a broken record, isn't it? Aaron, Jesus Christ, Aaron, what are you doing? If anyone hasn't seen Aaron Taylor's comment in the chat, it's very embarrassing. He's thinking all the support of the 32 people that have been watching is all for him. He's completely mistaken there. Nobody likes Aaron, just go away. Love you really, Aaron. So yeah, that lasted long, didn't it? You had a full half a lap. Oh, Lee's crashed. Lee's crashed under the safety car. I repeat, I think Lee has just crashed under the safety car. Lee's just crashed under the safety car. Lee's just done a Grosjean. Lee has just done a Grosjean. Lee Cole, our head of F1, has just done a Grosjean and has just crashed under the safety car. Oh dear me. Oh dear. That's not went well. Jeff Chip has come into the pits now. That's not. Oh my. Dan Morris come into the pits. I think Dan Morris must have had wing damage at that instant. Yeah, he has. So look at this. Katami's in the lead. Matman's in P2 and Guy's in P3, people. I did say this place has a knack of throwing up the most ridiculous results. But Matman Guy currently sitting P2 and P3, AG P4. It's just mental. They all started down in. Go. Matman's up 13, Guy's up 16, and AJ is up 14 places. Just the usual weeks. Yeah, just the usual back-up. Yeah, there we go. So we're getting a couple of laps. I feel like I think there's actually been more laps under the safety car than been racing. So yeah. Yeah. It's going fantastically, to be honest. There's a safety car and 2 virtual safety cars and just over 5 laps. Yeah. Well, interesting. Max is down to P15 and has lost about a wing through absolutely no fault of his own, who has been absolutely killed basically by Katamis. Dan Morris and Dan Morris picked up 2. I've just seen that. Dan Morris and Oscar have crashed into each other twice under the safety car. And I'm not sure if that's Dan's fault because it looks like Oscar's probably just hit into the back of him. And I never understand why they will go so close to each other on the safety car. It really gets on my nerves. It's quite straightforward to drive far enough behind someone that you don't crash into them. But clearly it's not. Oscar's had to come into the pits because he just lost wing. I don't get it. It's not difficult, but. Oh god, Dan Morris has just got hit now by Aaron Trucker. My god almighty. Dan Morris has managed to be hit by 3 people behind and has now got 15 seconds worth of penalties that he's going to have to serve. Katamis has also picked up a penalty. I should clarify as well, 5 seconds. So currently, you're 1-2, people. From the back of the grid is Matman. Your front 3. Actually, AJ, your front 3 at the moment is Matman, Guy Karp, and Casey Bernard. That is your front 3 at the moment for Baku. This is not an endorsement for racing around Baku. I don't know what is. Absolutely mental. Oh dear. Now, hopefully the safety car is going to get out of the way, but I'm sure it'll be out soon, so we'll see him in a lap. We'll see the AMG back very, very shortly, I'm sure. Not be long, I imagine. Though, at this rate, the way people are following that flies, I think we'll finish with 5 drivers at this rate. I'm sure the safety cars will eventually start to thin out. There'll still be not enough drivers left for the safety cars to come out. I feel a little bit sorry for Dan Morris, who has just picked up 15 seconds of time penalties. Which is probably, we don't know, but probably not from his fault. Probably just people hit him into the back. Going too close. It was Casimir that hit you, Max. 100%, it was Casimir. I can confirm, I was watching it on board. Casimir didn't break and hit you. It was not anything to do with Dan Morris. It was nothing at all. Casimir is right backing him up here. He's got a 65 miles an hour. Is he going? He's gone now. He has gone. He's kind of got quite a good jump there, in fairness. And the rest of the field, Aaron's had to jump into the pit, so whether he's had a collision under the safety car, I don't know. But Catamese leads away. We've got Matman in P2, Goy in P3, then it's AJ in P4. Casey Bernard's in P5. There's on a yellow flag already. There's been some sort of moment from Alex Pixie or something as he's dropped all the way down. Max's Oscars! Oh my god! Is he aware he had to brake? Okay. Interesting. Mom's just went out of the back of Alex Pixie. It's alright, it's fine, it's fine, it's fine. Oh! Oh my god! Oh my god! What the fuck? I don't know what's happening! Gosh, I'm fighting. Oh. I mean, okay. I mean, well, people, we have completed a lap under without the safety car. Now, how many more we can complete? It's not a matter. Mattman's P2, Coy's P3, then we've got Kieran P4, AJ's P5, Dan Morris is P6, but has got 15 seconds of penalty. Casey Bernard's P7, then we've got Def Jeff in P8, with Fod's P9, this man's P10, then we've got Brutus, that's Pixie, Max, Oscar, Ancient Panda's in the pits, Ross in the pits, and we've got Aaron Truckers in the pits. No, that's Rom again. Right. Oh my god, I've never seen so many bloody pit stops on a man lap now. Honestly, I've not seen the race quite like this. Anytime we go to back, I would say that. Katowice has got a 3.2 second gap already to Matman. Goy's 1.2 seconds, but they're in a great position here. Kieran, coming from the back, is in P4. Dan Morris is just behind him, but does have an absolute monumental amount of penalties. But, I won't stress but, I feel expecting more safety cars, and you can get them penalties rid of out the safety cars. So don't fully write out Dan Morris yet. With the way Baku is, I think anyone can write anybody out of this race, to be perfectly honest. What's happened to AJ? Oh, he was losing positions there, so I don't know why he's hit the wall in the previous, but he's tried to accelerate out of the next corner, and he has span it, but he's got it started again. Good on. Katamis, 4 seconds. Man, right. Dan Morris and Kieran are fighting it out. Dan Morris got past. Def Chip is fighting with Casey Bernard. I think Def Chip's managed that now as well. Def Chip's up to P6. Down the field, we've got Boss man of P9 quite close to the back of the Flood, and he's got DRS. Right, my Flood's got DRS as well, mind you, on Casey Bernard. Still going without safety cars. Well, how long? Is anyone to guess? Katami's out front, doing a nice job at the moment. Dan Moore's catching up to the back of Goy. So Mercedes have got to keep an eye out behind them for the Williams coming through, which is something I'm sure we'll not be seeing in, or we haven't saw for quite a while in Mule F1. I'll continue. Dan Morris is really closing into the back of Goy here. He's already on his bumper, so this should be very straightforward on this next straight. Goy, I'm just going to go to be honest, Goy's race. If Goy could have a clean run here, still got a chance of a podium. Dan Morris will be getting past. There he goes. Back into the podium places. On track at least, he still has that monumental amount of penalties to get rid of. Kieran's now going to be having a look at Goy, I'm sure, soon. Dan Morris will be off. Now we're trying to catch up to Matman, who might yet get another podium. Matman's had a bit of a moment out that last corner there on traction, and that's allowed the cars all behind him to close up to the back of him, including Goy. So, well, yeah, possible back-to-back podiums maybe from Matman. And Death Chip in the background of this as well, who's not far away either. This could be very interesting very quickly in this lot. And there's Casey Bernard guy in the background of that, so they're all quite close together still. Yep. Managed a few laps without a safety car, so whatever you want, unless we're getting some racing done. I'm sure it'll not be long. Or someone bins it in the wall. Dan Morris looks like he wants to get a move on again there. Directly behind Batman. Going to get DRS. Might help Goy out, though he doesn't have the best exit. Goy. Kieran right on his back. Well, he can stay out. Yeah. I'm not sure. Batman is going to be overtook very straightforwardly, so we'll keep an eye on this battle here. Will Kieran be able to manage to go down the inside? I think he is going to get it done. Kieran's going to make, so it's a double overtake for the Williams on each of them. No, Kieran's a little bit wide, but he managed to check it turned in. So the Williams both get past the Mercedes. Death Chip is now within DRS range of Goy as well, so Goy and Matman slowly falling down the order. Bossman gets past the Flood in the DRS zone. That's Casey Bernard just in front of him. A little bit of traction there. Nicely. That moves, so there we go. There's a gap developing down the back. Just noticed that Oscar's done 3 stops, Rom's done 3 stops, and Aaron's done 3 stops already. So that's 3 other stops. I don't know how many tyres on there. There's not many, I don't think, left. Kieran's right on the back here on Matman, so this might be another very, very straightforward move. Maybe a little bit too easy. Kieran gets past Matman. as, who's that? Matman Pitts, yeah. So there we go, Matman bails out of those tyres. I think he's been on them from the start of the race, but due to all the multitude of incidents, he managed to keep them going well. Aaron Trucker sets the fastest lap of the race. And this is his full set of tyres. 3 stops. Death Chip having a look down the inside of Goy. That's an interesting place to go down the inside. He's not going to get past there. The light covers him off. He's going to have a good run down the next corner. I wouldn't go down the inside there. All the next few corners either for that. Ooh. The wheel was a little loose out of the corner there. Controlled it nicely. He's got this. Oh, God, gone! Guy has gone, but he's not retired. I think he's all right. He's having to do a 4-point turn. Guy, you okay? He's doing the. What's that? Oh, he's reset the track. He's doing, what's that Indian guy? Yeah, did that. That couldn't work out how to turn his car around at the end of one of those game modes. I think what's his name? I can't remember what his name was. It hates me. Brutus getting past Casey Bernard up into P6. God, still in P8. Oh, this battle's up. All the tyres are at completely different stages, as there's been too many pit stops to actually know what's happening. So as much as some people may have said they've done 10 or 11 laps on those tyres, they've actually only probably done about 5. So the rest of it's been on behind the safety car going at half speed. Poor guy, it's went from bad to worse. He's losing a lot of places and then he spanned, sadly. So it's a familiar top 3 now, but the front 2 do have penalties, though Catamese doesn't really make much of a difference, to be honest, I don't think. Like 5 seconds, but I imagine he probably will be getting a penalty after the race, so actually I don't think there's any make after the race. And Brutus Bossman possibly, so he can make a move. Quali, so he did. Bossman a bit wide at the exit. Oh, who is that? Is that Agent Panda? Oh, he's at the moment somewhere. Right. Which is DRS closing in. He's closing in enough to make a move into turn 1. I don't think he's going to be quite close enough. Very, very close, but I think they've done down the inside, but he thinks about it. So it's behind, and he's got DRS now, so it should be straightforward for Brutus. Bossman takes to the inside. He overtakes something. Brutus round the outside. Oh, that was close. Bloody hell. Bossman gets that place back. That was millimetres from race ending. Wow. That was very, very close. Very, very lucky there. Max Def is just one of the pits and has fitted a new set of medium tyres on. Roms come out just behind him. And he's going to have DRS. I think the fresh Charles Matman should be all right in the mediums to get away. Just walked up a little bit. Again there. It's not the best for the health of your tyres. Doing that. Oh, white different. Oh, that's not what it's going to be. I hope matters. I've originally been 15 laps here. I feel like I've been got a full race. Well, that might be the fact that I've had so many safety cars and probably that. There we go. Brutus getting past Bossman. I think he's closing in on him. Dan Morris hits the fastest lap of the race. Katamis is pitted and put on a new set of medium boots. And Brutus making his way up past Bossman, up into P4. A little bit wide there. A little bit dodgy. Exit. Bossman does now have DRS again on the back of Brutus, so whether he can get straight past, no. What a... Oh. I hope he's not lost any wing there. Oh, he's very lucky he's not lost wing there. Well, I think Bossman probably will have lost wing, but Brutus is lucky he didn't lose wing there. I don't know how neither of them have lost wing from that, I have no idea. Very, very lucky indeed. It's quite similar to the way what happened with Katamis and Max, but sadly Max wasn't as lucky. I think it was a bit better there because Brutus was going at a little bit of a higher speed. Where I think the issue with Max was he's going a little bit of slow speed, so as soon as you get tapped going at a bit of a slow speed, he's just going to very gently pirouette round in F1 cars. Which is what happened to Max. It's a lovely pirouette, but sadly for Max, it wasn't something I imagine he wanted to do. And we've managed a hell of a lot of laps now without a safety car. Good job. Good job. Will we get to the end of the race without one? Is the question. And that, I think, is a much more difficult task. Bossman, I don't think he's going to have any chance in hell getting past here, even though he's got DRS, because he's got literally no ERS. No, he's not anywhere near close enough to that. Def Chip, closing in at the back of Kieran. Katamis sits fast lap of the race, as you would expect on fresh mediums. Now, these front guys might be able to pit later and put on softs near the end. Katamis has got rid of his penalty obviously as well, though I think there'll be a lot of incidents to be rewarded this year in terms of penalties, because a lot of the time it's not entirely fair that people get penalised for people crashing into them behind the safety car, so Dan Morris's penalties could all get removed here, or the ones that he's not served, because he can't do anything to the ones he has served, but he'll have to serve one. I would imagine, unless he's thinking of going for the end. Unlikely. Death Chip on for a good result still here though. Gets past Kieran and he's technically in the race lead. Obviously. That's before any penalties make it took off or anything. Wait and see what happens with that. That is the situation. Isn't it be close enough here and here? We'll get close, but closing in, it's not going to be anywhere near close enough this lap, I'm afraid. We get a bit closer. He was basically a second behind there. DRS straight. What's happening? Oh! This is close. This is Katamis and all. Scott. I think it's fair to say half history after last week. And that's Alex Pixie behind as well. Now this is dodgy. I don't really look at this at all. They're going to try and go free wide possibly. That's Alex Pixie down the inside of Oscar. Oscar wins out. So it's Katamis P6, Oscar P7, Alex Pixie P8. I had visions there that was going to end in disaster there, but luckily it didn't really. Yeah, but after last week's shenanigans, I think it's fair to say, a bit of history between those two. Dave Chip still within, just outside actually I should say, of DRS range, he's hovering in and out. Dan Morris is, I think, knows he needs to get an absolute move on at the moment and is getting a move on. Katamis is in P6 and is absolutely flying at the moment on fresh tyres, as you would expect. got rid of his penalty, his 5-second penalty, which is served in the pits. Not sure what that was for. I think that might have been for a collision. I don't think it was for crashing on the safety car. No, he did completely bin Max, so whatever position Katamis gets tonight wouldn't take it as literally. I'd say that probably within the vast majority of the grid, to be honest, because there's a lot of penalties people got under the safety car. So all of these results are going to come for a bit of caution. And very close to the back of that now. Going to go to the outside. That man's going to have it at the moment. Aaron's going to sit back and wait for the next DRS straight. And that's a yellow flag. He's not had the best corner, mind you. Who is that? It's that guy. Rob, sorry. Oh. What's that? How does he crash there? How does he manage that? Like, usually if you were going to crash there, you would crash right at the start, just at the exit of the little chicane. You don't crash in the middle, unless you're Grosjean. Who's Rob managed that? No idea. That's impressive. What he's done now. Interesting. No, didn't cause a safety car, thankfully. Though I think in real life I think there would be a couple of anyone behind there that would be very sketchy. You can't really see down that way, it's kind of, it's very hilly downhill, so you can't really see what's happening much at once there. This battle, freeway battle for P9 looks interesting. And that man at the head, Aaron Trucker in the middle, and has teammates behind. This could be free wide. Dan Morris pits. No, I'm interested to see from the squad's point of view. I think is probably the best point of view for this. As they head down the straight, they're all going to have DRS. But I think Mattman's doing a very good job of holding them off at the moment. Aaron Trucker's now going to peel to the outside. Good view here. Aaron Trucker fights against it. Lapod's going to try and ring it down the inside, but it's very, very early. Ooh. Almost wing from that. Oh, Aaron's in the wall as well. Wall in a bit of an unconventional way. Took it very slowly into the corner, but very early, and then still managed to hit the wall on the exit. I think he's on pad or something. That looks very much like a pad thing. Moving the wheel. Dan Morris, as expected, has put on the soft tyres. No, he's got rid of, I imagine, one of those penalties. Yes. Whether the front two are going to come in this next lap. He's going to get past Alex Pixie in this next straight. I mean, he's going to waltz past, let's be honest. Rome has just given up, I think, now. Virtual safety car has crashed at the exit of turn 2. That's a virtual safety car, which is going to give a massive advantage to the guys that haven't pitted as death chip just comes in. Kieran's going to carry on. He's going to get to the end. It's a bold decision. Quite a few of them diving in, just the right time for them. It's a horrible time for Dan Morris though, who has just pitted. A lot of them are coming in. Brutus is staying out as well. Catanese, as you would imagine, is staying out because he pitted earlier. Well, Kieran can hold out on those tyres. Almost at the start of that stint, there was safety car, so could have a couple of laps at the start where he wasn't exactly full speed. And now he's got this little bit of time as well, which is helpful. We'll see what happens here. We've got Catanese Alex Pixie and Dan Morris. That's his unconventional. Dan Morris squeezes his way through. Katames now. This is the battle to watch because Katames is on a flyer at the moment. Got Brutus directly in front of him. Then he's got a gap to Kieran, but Kieran's on very worn tyres. And Katames is on pretty fresh tyres. Katames is the favourite, I think, for the race at the moment, but he needs to get past Brutus quickly. And I imagine with Katames' very fast straight line speed setup that he usually runs, and DRS and slipstream, this is going to be a very straightforward move, and you can see how much faster he is in that straight line. He's so quick as Katames in a straight line usually, let alone with DRS and slipstream. So that's very straightforward for Katames. Now he goes on to try and get the race win before obviously penalties are applied. There's Mattman and Lefud. That's Lefud getting past Mattman down the straight. Very straightforward. Get it turned in nicely. Left chip on the back of Alex Pixie. This is going to be tight into turn 3. Going to go round the outside. He's going to be close to the wall, but he gets in there very nicely done from Def Chip. Very, very good move. Brutus. Still from DRS danger. Katames. Katames is closing on Kieran. Definitely does look like Kieran's going to struggle here to get to the end on these tires. It's going to be very, very warm towards him. Casey Bernard also gets past Mattman, so Mattman's on a shocking couple of corners. Lost one, possibly. Actually, I think he's lost an end plate, which would explain. He has indeed, he's lost an end plate, which would explain his sudden lack of pace. There's a lot, certainly a little boss man directly behind him, and this is not good. Oh, he's went side by side for a second there and towards the castle section, and then Mattman backed off very wisely. You do not want to be going side by side in there. Oscar goes down there instead of Matt. Oscar just hit the wall there. Just I think as well. Yeah, he's lost running there. He just snipped the wall at the outside after getting past Mattman. Katames is got past Kieran Trapp. We're watching that. Katames moves himself up into the race lead at the moment. Dan Morris is on an absolute flyer at the moment, mind you. He's closing in rapidly on the bunch in front of him. He has got all of these penalties which might get took off depending on what happens. So definitely very interesting for them. So what happens? Aaron Trucker sits fastly up the race. Bernard's doing decent job in P9. He's on the back of Bossman. Got a penalty in front of him. Look at how much time Dan Morris is gaining. He's absolutely flying. I think he knows these penalties, they might get took off, so he's absolutely flying them over. Look how much he's gained on the back of Brutus. If you get to Brutus and Brutus doesn't have DRS on Kieran, that makes it so much easier. He would fly past him. But it all depends what happens with Brutus. This is the best exit there, Brutus. He's lost a bit of time in front, so Dan Morris slides out the corner, but I think this is going to be another straightforward move. And Dan Morris is absolutely flying at this point. Katames, be worried. And there's only 3 laps left, but he is absolutely flying at the moment as Dan Morris. He's going to get past here very straightforwardly. Up into P3, he's got his teammate directly in front of him, and he's got Katames. Against all odds, can Dan Morris get to the front here? There's Bossman moving up to P7 on the straight. After Dan Morris got sadly inadvertently involved in that incident, which Max got spun round at. I think Dan Morris lost wing at that, and that's why I had to pit, which was obviously none of his fault. Dan Morris closing in quite quickly here. I think this is going to be a matter of time before he gets past the both of them, to be honest here. He's on fresh, soft tyres. The guys in front, particularly Kieran, are on very worn hard tyres. Not long to go. I think it's probably a good idea, to be honest, because I don't think he's getting a chance to keep them behind anyway on those kind of tyres. Not the best exit either. But he will have DRS in the back, but it's, well, as you say, he's going to let him go here. I think he is. There you go. Well, he's not actually. He's going to close in at the back of Katamis. Oh, it's going to be all very tight. There's 2 laps to go. Doesn't look like Kieran Trapp's up for giving this up. Whether this is a strategic move from Katamis, because he did get past very quickly, whether this is a strategic move from Katamis to back them up, to give him a bit of a buffer to Dan Morris, as he's given slipstream and DRS to Kieran Trapp, while keeping him enough distance to... Because, that might be what Katamis is doing here. It might be a good idea, because he's... If Dan Morris didn't have... If Kieran didn't have DRS, sorry, on Katamis, there was no way he was going to keep him ahead there. But he has just let him go. He has just let him go. There we go. He pulls over and allows his teammate through. Now, can Dan close into the back of Katamis? And that might actually end up helping Kieran as well. If he can get past Katamis, they can both close up. And Kieran's lost a lot of time there. It might be on the very last straight that Katamis... Because all of a sudden Katamis, as you know, Katamis has just went away and used the steel speed. So I think Katamis did that on purpose to back them both up, so they had a bit of a buffer to Dan Morris. Because as you've seen, Kat has just all of a sudden went away from Dan Morris. So I think Katamis has been very strategic here. Kieran, Scooper has just Kieran's tyres are a bit to pop the arm indeed. Very strategic. I think Katamis has done this very nicely, to be honest, give him credit. But Dan Morris is getting no ERS. Katamis has a tiny bit. And we're on to the last lap. He's within DRS range, which is going to help here on this next straight, because it's going to be this final straight that's going to be... Bear in mind, Dan Morris will not get this on track at the moment, but you never know, after penalties might be removed. So... And Katamis, bear in mind as well, Katamis probably will have a penalty applied for what he did to Max, which was most certainly not Max's fault. So this is all still to play for here. I think this will be Dan Morris's race after the stewards, but that's not my job. We'll see what happens. Dan Morris is in a good position now. He's gone so much quicker through this section of the track. Look how close they are. Well, they're not going to go side by side through here. No, they're not, thank the Lord. Using all of the pace they've got, using up all of the tyres. It's a proper quali lap. Flinging into the corners. Katamis is holding on for dear life. They've both got ERS. Katamis has got a bit more, to be honest. So if Katamis can hold off here, he's in a good position. He's got track position. Bear in mind though, this straight is a monster straight, and he's going to have DRS just about by the start, as they're going to go. This could be a photo finish, it could be that close here. Katamis is going to have it at the moment. Dan Morris isn't closing. Katamis is going to take it. Katamis wins. And Dan Morris is going to be jumped on penalties by Kieran and Def Chip and Brutus. Kieran Trapp and Def Chip get a podium at the moment. Alex Pixie is going to take P6. He's a long way back behind Dan Morris. Bossman takes P7. Then we've got LaFudden P8. Casey Bernard's going to take P9. Oscar's going to take P10. Max, what could have been for Max? He got killed, I think it's fair to say. He's going to take 11th. Aaron Trucker is going to take P12. Matt Mann's going to come round to P13. Could have been a lot more for Matt Man at one point. Could have been another podium, which he got last week. Well, it's P13 for Matt Man. AJ is coming round now. A long way to catch a few of these. It's one of those tracks that does tend to get very detached, very to make a mistake with the walls around you. But AJ is going to take P14. We're going to have the very last person. AJ Pan's already crossed the line on the previous lap to take P16. Goy is going to take P15. To be the last one across the line. There we go, on track at least at the moment. Katamis has took the victory at Baku from P2. Kieran and Defjet taking P3. Brutus takes P4. And we've got Damworth takes P5 at the moment, but all of the top 5 positions are before, I imagine, a lot of moving about after shields and penalties possibly get added and removed. Take all of the results with a bit of a pinch of salt at the moment. But anyway, top 5 will be pretty happy with their races. Alex Pixie P6, Bossman P7, Flood P8, then Keith Bernard, Oscar, Max, Aaron Trucker, Mattman, AJ, Goy, Agent Panda, and Ron Lee, Cole, Next Cats, and Mike Saint all retired. So that rounds out this evening's mental action, I think we should say. And it will continue next week. We've got GT coming up over the next 2 days again, and it's Bathurst and Mustangs. It will be very interesting to watch. Great track, and it'll be a thoroughly enjoyable watch that one. I think ACG back on Monday, and then Tuesday and Wednesday it's Monaco time. So that will be very, very interesting to watch next week. So join me again next week for Monaco and another crazy race. Thank you very much for watching, and have a nice night.